morning, kiddos. Another Mr. K video coming your way. And today I'm going to explain to you and show you how to do your Chapter 2 composition, which is what you can start working on today. And that will be due on January 28th, so you've got plenty of time to work on it. Before you go on to that, make sure, if you have not done this yet, in Chapter 1, go to Reflect and Discuss. Make sure that you go in and hit the play button there. And I've already done this, that's why it showed that. You'll enter your name and your class, and then answer these 3 questions. Then you hit Submit down here, and then you're done with Chapter 1. So once you've completed your Chapter 1 composition, then you can do that, and then you're done. Okay, so today we're going to do Chapter 2. So we're going to quick go through the slides here for Chapter 2. What Chapter 2 is going to do is go over kind of some of the same things that you did with Chapter 1, but it's going to start doing some rhythm things for you. Okay.
In this activity, you'll be transforming your quarter note melody from Chapter 1.
You can do that on your own, going through breezing through, and the login example is on there. What they're showing you here is this is the original composition that you did, so you should have that in Notefly. Okay, and then what you're going to do is change some of those rhythms into eighth notes. You can see they have some rests now because they've compacted some of those rhythms, turned them into eighth notes. Okay, and yay! So you can answer those questions as you go along. And again, because you can see this on the video now, if you don't want to do these, you don't have to go through these slides. Okay, so it says you'll be substituting some of the quarter notes with eighth notes and eighth rest pairings in your new composition. So we're gonna do some pairings here. We're gonna figure out what is equal to a quarter note, what else is equal to a quarter note, what is equal to a quarter note, and this. Yay. Okay. You can go through this too. So remember, we learned about a motif. The motif is a short musical idea. Repetition means it's something that's repeated. Sequence is a motif that begins on a different pitch, and a retrograde is written backwards. And those are all the things you did in Chapter 1. Okay, so now we're going to take our Chapter 1 composition and we're going to turn it into our Chapter 2 composition by changing some of the rhythms. Okay, so my motif is not here, so I'm going to come up with one, and I'll show you how to create it in Notefly. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to enter your name motif, and then you're going to change the rhythm by substituting quarter notes with eighth notes and eighth and rest pairings. And then it has down there the instructions. So it's create your melody the same way as Chapter 1. So motif, retrograde, sequence, repetition, and I'll show you what that is. Okay, so once you're done, it's going to say go to Notefly. So we are going to do that. So when you go into Notefly, you're going to be on your class-specific site. When you go in, you should see something that says Chapter 2 Composition. Okay, and then we're going to set up our composition the same way. So we have all the instructions here. You're going to have 2 different clefs. Use the one that you are using, either treble or bass clef, and then you can delete the other one, and I'll show you how to do that once we're done. And then once you start editing this, this is going to automatically submit to me, so you don't have to do anything to submit the assignment, but just make sure that you hit save when you're done so that I get it. Okay, so we're going to create ours, and my motif was F-A-F-D. Okay, and then we're going to do a retrograde, which means it's backwards, so then you're going to go backwards, would be D-F-A-F. Okay, and then what they wanted you to do was a sequence starting a whole step up, so that would be G-B-G-E, and then it's E-G-B-G. Okay, and then the next 2 measures are a repetition of the last 2, so we're just going to repeat those again. So G, B, G, E, and then E, G, B, G. And then the last two measures are a repeat of the first two. Uh-oh. Let me try this again. This did not work. So the next two are a repeat of the previous measure, so it's G, B, G, B, G, E, and then E, G, B, G. There we go. And then the last two bars are a repeat of the first two, so it's F, A, F, D, D, F, A, F. Awesome. So now I have my composition. I have this all done here. Okay. Now what I need to do is to do this for my second composition is to change some of these quarter notes into eighth notes. So what I can do is a couple of different things. So if you select a note and hit eighth note, it's automatically going to select an eighth note. Now you can do an eighth note and then an eighth rest after it if you want. You can change it to paired eighth notes. I did that in the wrong octave, but that's okay. You can change however you want. So basically you're going to go at however you want to do it. You're going to go through and change some of these rhythms so that there are eighth notes and quarter notes. In each measure you should have at least one note that you change to an eighth note or a pairing of eighth notes or eighth rests, any of those things. And then when you're done, again, you're going to delete whichever score you don't need. If you go to score, if you go to staff, you can say remove staff, and whatever one you have selected will get removed, and then that'll have that there. If you want to go through and clean up, you can go through, you can delete all the text if you'd like, you can leave it if you'd like, but either way, just make sure that you're using the template, because then that's how I see your assignments. That's how they get sent to me. You can change your title if you want. You just click on the title. Make sure you put your name there for the composer. That's going to do that. Okay? And then once you're done with that, what you can do is go back to breezing through. And then when you're in breezing through, make sure that you go then to the chapter 2 reflection. And you can always do that if you go hit that little button, that'll take you back here. You can go back to the chapter 2 reflect and discuss. Make sure you put your name down, submit it, and you should be good to go. Okay? Awesome. If there are any questions, try and do your best, and you can always send me an email through Canvas, and then I'm happy to help you. But go through the links, watch the videos. If you need to, watch this video again if that helps. But good luck and enjoy doing your composition.